All right. Okay, all right. Just a few minutes. Okay. Making sure I'm getting everything stable. I'm making sure I'm getting everything stable so that we can get started. I'm making sure that we get everything ready. All right. Just a minute. Just a minute. Just a minute. Right, I'm going to share my screen and we are going to go straight away to the TradingView application. We are going to go straight away to the TradingView application.
I'm sure it was I not do it like that. I don't know what happened.
All right, okay. Just a minute. I don't know why my TradingView is delaying. It's the only delay we have right now, so that we can be able to move on. There is delay in the TradingView app. There is just a delay. Okay. Seems just a minute. Let me change it to another device so that we save the time. Let me change the device because I want to save time. All right. I don't know what's wrong with TradingView, so I'm gonna change it to another device. All right, so we are changing to another device because one device is not doing well. So I'm switching to another one. Sorry. I have wanted to use the PC because it will give you a better view and a better picture. But TradingView is taking a lot of time. Okay, so I'll share my screen. And basically, if you are new to this class, what is it all about? I just want to tell you this class is all about learning how to pick trades by yourself in the challenge that we have at hand, the 3% 300 days challenge. So it is the one that I'm trying to talk about. So if you're a newbie, in the next 1 hour, I hope you'll be able to get some clarity. So the first step is to go to your App Store or your Play Store and write in the word TradingView. Write in the word TradingView. And there we come. So your first step will be able to download the TradingView application. And so after downloading the TradingView application, it will not look like mine. Mine has already been worked on. But it will have an area up here called Add to List. So tap on the Add to List area, write in the word Royalq. Then you tap on Create. So when you tap on Create, so your screen will look like this one. Okay, this one is already worked on, but generally it will be a disorganized screen. So you want to create a list. You want to create a list of coins. So you start going to your Royalq application. When I move from here, let's try to see. Okay, come to your Royalq application and write down all these coins that you see, all of them. All these coins that you are able to see here, all of them, and be able to add them here on your watch list. How do you do that? If this is it, it will look like this. Tap on add. You write the name of the coin, BTC USDT. And there it comes, the name of the coin, BTC USDT. Then you tap on it, so it sits in your screen. So you should be able to basically add all the coins. Let me say it is ATA USDT. So you list all the coins and make sure you are choosing Binance. If you're using Binance, you are choosing Hobby if you're using Hobby. All right. So you list all the coins like I've done. And at the end of the day, your list will be as long as mine after you have done that step. So after you have done that step of creating your watch list, the second step, ladies and gentlemen, is to basically come on your top right corner, around there, tap on those figures and sort by percentage change. This will help you sort these coins according to their performance in the market and give you the power to choose where to start choosing the coin you want to trade. So when you tap on it, it will basically open up like you see, meaning it arranges these coins from those that are performing best to those that are performing poorly. And that will be the first step that you need to do to be able to learn to analyze the coins by yourself. Okay, let's go straight away to the second step. I'll be able to make sure that I do my level best to deliver to you the most important information that you basically need. Okay. So we are now going to get started to the next step of our sharing today. So the next step is to be able to start looking at any trade. Basically, you come down to the bottom and pick coins that are not doing well at the moment. You want to really look at coins that are not doing well at the moment. That's where you want to put your focus. That's where you want to put your energy. So your screen will not look like mine. So let me clear it up. Your screen will not look like mine. Your screen will have a lot of things in it. Immediately you open it. So the first step is to come down here on these 2 dots, 3 dots, if you're using a phone, I mean down there. Tap on them. Move your screen to this side, in this area where you see undo, redo, full screen. Then you come to, why is it not moving? Okay, I think I've forgotten, right? Yes, sure. So you tap on the pencil, on the pencil here. You tap here on the pencil. Tap on the pencil, move your screen this side. On area measure, erase this, and move it until you come to an area of remove. So remove what? Let me first block. You tap on remove, and what are you removing? You are removing drawings and indicators. So this one down here. You are removing drawings and indicators. So when you have done that, then your screen will look like this. So if you have finished that step and still your trading view may not be looking like mine, you need to go through the second step, is to tap on this thing here. Tap on it, then come and make sure you have ticked this regular thing and this area called countdown bar to close. This one here, countdown bar to close. So you make sure you have ticked countdown bar to close, right? And you'll find that after I've ticked it, now I've removed it. So when I've removed it, it will only be giving me the price of the coin. What you saw on my screen now, this dot is moving to the price of the coin. But when you tap on this star and tick countdown bar to close, you see it will be showing me now, depending on the time frame, 38 minutes and 33 seconds for this candle to be complete in 1 hour. So it means this candle, that the green candle that is here, it takes 1 hour to be a complete candle. All right, okay. Now let's make sure the other thing we shall be able to tap is what we call the time zone. Depending on your area of location and where you come from, you will need to tap on the time zone and be able to choose your UTC time, all right, depending on where you are coming from. If you are not seeing your time zone, just make sure that you are basically, okay. So if I choose Nairobi, right, good to go. So that is how you are able to do the first part, ladies and gentlemen, of that area of setting up your trading view. If we are okay with the setup, I want to go to types of candles. If you are done with the setup, if you're okay with the setup, If you're okay with the setup, you could do me a favor. If you're okay with the setup, you could do me a favor. If you're okay with the setup, you could do me a favor and basically be able to type 1 in the chat. If you're okay with the setup so far, where we are, you okay? We are looking at setting up your trading view to understand how to do technical analysis. One of the simple things that anybody can do, very, very simple, not complicated, and be able to learn. Okay, if you're okay with that first part, we are over 39. If there is low response, just be assured if there is low response, it means that I'm wasting your time. So what will I do? I'll stop wasting your time, close the Zoom and move on, because I basically can occupy myself with another activity. So if you are not ready to cooperate and we work together and make sure we are all making sure that things are moving together, I'll just make sure I come to the end of the call, I promise you. It is not a force to be here. So I'll just come to the end of the call and then be able to occupy myself with other activities that I can be able to do, all right? So I want us to cooperate, not in bad spirit, but I want us to cooperate to help me find out if we are following, or to help me find out if you are moving on the same pace. Have finished the first part. I want to go to the second part. In the second part, I'll be talking about candles. I'll be talking about candles. I think I'll be talking about candles to be able to create a clear understanding or meaning, all right? All right, okay. Sorry for that. Sorry for that. Someone told me there is an emergency, but we need to move on. Okay. Let's get into the candles. Let's now run into the candles. Before I get started, I want us to be able to let us go to the type of candles. Let us go to the type of candles. Let us go to the type of candles. Right now, let's go to candle types. Thank you so much for your response, ladies and gentlemen. When we tap on this pencil, I don't know if I'm right. No, I'm wrong. When we tap on these 3 dots, we come to an area we call chart type. In an area called chart type, we are able to look at different candles. Okay? And these different candles are able to help us be able to decide, ladies and gentlemen, how we can trade, okay? How we can trade, right? These different candles, okay? How we can trade. So let me choose this. Okay, when we tap there on the chart type, we are able to see we have what you call ordinary candles. Then we have what you call hacking ash candles. Ordinary candles, and then we have what you call hacking ash candles. We have bars, we have hollow candles, we have columns, we have line, we have area, we have baseline, we have high-low, we have hacking ash, we have horizontal, we have line breaks, we have kaji. All these are different types. For example, if you use the columns, that is how your screen will look like. There will be column candles. There will be like candles. There will be columns. That's how they look like. They'll be like columns, because they are columns, they move with the price, okay? Depending on how the market is moving. Those are columns. If you come and pick up, you come on chart type, and then you say line. So your screen will be in a line form. Okay, these are what we call lines. Okay, these are lines. So you can decide to use lines to trade. This is a line. Okay, it's a line. If you come back and say on my chart type, I want hollow candles. This is how hollow candles will look like. Okay. To differentiate the red from the green, ones will be solid and others will have holes in them. If you come back on this and choose the chart type and decide to say, I want a line base. Okay, you see, that's how it will look like. That's how it will look like. If you come on your screen and say that on the chart type, me, I want what we call oracles. All these, you see now, this is how this will look like. This is how this will look like. Okay, this is how this will look like. So today, I am not here to go into all the types of candles that we have. I want to base our sharing to two main types of candles. We have what we call the ordinary candles and the hacking ash candles. Those are the main two types of candles we have. The ordinary candles are the candles we use for trading, and they look like this. These are the normal candles. They look like this. Right? Before I continue, allow me try to just a little bit. Try to just a little bit. Okay, just a minute. Let me share my screen. I want to talk about candles just a little bit. How they look like, what makes them to be formed. I want to talk about people call it the anatomy of candles. How do candles look like? So allow me just pick up something small here and let us talk about candles. How do candles look like? Then after, we are going to go into understanding a little bit how we're gonna use them. I don't know what's happening. Just bear with me. Now, some of these things okay. All right, I'll just keep this short, I think, and understandable. Let me now share my screen. I don't want to go so much, but because of time, let me use this to explain. So I'll widen my screen. Okay, I'll widen my screen. I just want us to just look at the anatomy of a candle. How do candles look like? I don't want to go into drawing, but I'll keep it short. Now, the candle, like your screen shows, if this is a green candle and it has what we call the body, which is this one that I'm shading. What I'm shading is the body. What I'm shading is what we call the body. Now, what you see where the body ends, this is a green candle. Where the body ends, because if it is a green candle, the green candle starts at the bottom and ends at the top. So where the body ends, we call it the close. Where the green candle starts from, the body starts from, we call it the open. The highest point, this one, the highest point, we call it the high. And the lowest point, here we call it the low, if it is a green candle. As simple as that. If it is a red candle, let me try to draw the red candle here. The red candle starts at the top. So this is the body. Where it starts from, we call it the open. And where it ends, the body ends, we call it the close. The low, this one, the lowest point, this one, we call it the low. The highest point here, we call it the high. Okay. Some people call this stick here the wick. Others call it a shadow. Some call this stick a wick. Others call it a shadow. So that is what you need to understand about a candle. That is what we need to understand about a candle. I don't need to go so much about what writers say about candles. Are we okay with that step of understanding candles? Are we okay? If we're okay with the differentiating of how a green candle is formed and how a red candle is formed, you could help me and type a 2 in the chat. If you're okay so far with how a green candle is formed, how a green candle looks like, how a red candle looks like, you could give me 2 in the chat. You could give me 2 in the chat. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much. Now, the size of the candle. What causes the different sizes of candles? I may not go so much into this because I don't need, me personally, okay, let me see, but I may not go so much into this. But let me just talk about it. Maybe in the near future, I'll talk about how to trade candles, because I can enter the market without anything in the screen. But I'll share that in the near future. I believe today I could give you a better understanding. Now, let me just give you an understanding. What causes these candles to have different shapes? What causes these candles to have different shapes? The cause of the different shapes of the candles is caused by what we call the buying pressure, and the selling pressure in the market. For example, if we remember how we have said how red candles are formed, we have said that a red candle, if you remember very well, we have said that a red candle, this is a red candle, this is the body that I'm shading. We have said that the red candle starts at the bottom. Where it starts from is called the open. No. It starts at the top, sorry. No, it starts at the top here. So where it starts from is called the open. And it closes at the bottom. And where it closes, we call it the close. Then this, we call this the low. And this, we call it the high. This is the shadow, right? Now, if you look at this candle specifically that I want to focus on, you are able to see that if this candle started from this part here, it started from here, then it moved down up to here. It means that all this was a red candle from where it started before forming the wick, from where it started up to where it ended down here, it was all a red candle. Meaning, when it reached here, the buyers saw an opportunity to buy. So they bought, 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 they bought. They were still buying. But as they were still buying, time, which time, Julius? The 1 day, because this is a 1 day candle. The 24 hours, you see how many hours are remaining for this candle to close? Can someone type in the chat for me? How many hours are remaining for this candle to get to an end, the current candle? Can someone show me? Can someone type for me in the chat? Let me see if people are following. How many hours? How many hours? I'm a little bit slow. How many hours? Thank you so much. 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 Very, very clear. All right, let's come again. Let's come again. I'm moving a little bit slow, although I'll spend strictly 1 hour here. So you just need to follow. I'll continue with the same topic on Saturday. So you are able to see that these were all this was a red candle of sellers up to here. But the buyers entered the candle. And when the buyers entered the zone, what do? They started buying, 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 until the candle closed. Why did the candle close? The candle closed because the 1 day time frame was over. Now, what you see down here, it is caused by the buying pressure. That movement is caused by the buying pressure. So ladies and gentlemen, if you find a candle that has a small body, whether it is green, it doesn't matter. What does this signify according to what we have just looked at? If you find a candle that its body is on top, its body is up, it's like this one, and has a long wick, what does this signify for you that is taking place in the market right now? What does this signify? No matter the size, okay? It could be like that, or it could be even like this. It means that, ladies and gentlemen, if I change the color, this means that this was a red candle and buyers bought, and it ended here exactly. Let me remove that. So what do such candles, if you find a candle like this with a wrong wick, and you find, let me say that is a green candle, you find another red candle like this with a long wick, or you find a green candle like a plus there, but when it is on the top with a long wick, and also find a green candle like this with a long wick. What does that signify to you? What is taking place in the market? If you find such candles, what is taking place in the market? I need some answers in the chat. What is taking place according to what we have just talked about? What does that signify to you? If you have been following closely, you go to the market and find such type of candles. What does that signify to you? Some answers in the chat. Thank you so much. It signifies buying pressure. Okay, it says that the buyers are dominating the market. Yes, it signifies buying pressure. It signifies that buyers are taking charge of the market. Now let's see. Let's now be able to share my screen again. Let me now be able to share my screen again. Okay, so let me find a better stake for you, ladies and gentlemen. Right. Okay, now let us look at another. Okay, all these are types of candles. Okay, now I want to emphasize. So this signifies buying pressure because it means that this was a green candle. This was, sorry, a red candle that started from here, but the buyers bought, then it closed here, right? This could have been also a red candle, but later turned to a green candle because it was from here. I remember we said that the buyers, if it was a green candle, the green candle starts from here. So the body would be here. So this was a red candle where bought, then took over everything. So that is buying pressure in the market. Now let's find selling pressure in the market. Let's find selling pressure. Let's find selling pressure in the market, all right? Let's find the selling pressure, all right? Let's find the selling pressure. Let's find a selling pressure in the market, all right? Okay, let me use this as an example. Let me use this as an example. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, we were able to explain and say, when a green candle is formed, it starts below and ends on top. So it means if we're gonna just look at this red candle here, if we're gonna look at this red candle here, this might not have started as a red candle, although it doesn't matter whether it was a red candle. We said that a red candle starts at the top, but this seems to have been a green candle that started from here, moved at the top here. Then the sellers saw an opportunity, they sold, even took over. But as they wanted to sell everything, the market ended here in the one day. So candles that appear like this, candles that appear like this, candles that appear like this represent selling pressure in the market. For example, this is selling pressure. I hope you see, because it is selling pressure, you see a lot of sales pressure happening down here. Hope you see that. You see selling pressure. You see selling pressure. So a candle that has a long stick on top signifies selling pressure. And a candle that has a long stick or long wick at the bottom signifies buying pressure. I hope that is very clear. Okay, I hope that is very, very clear. So you can be able to see that some areas you'll find where the buying pressure, okay, I hope you see. Now look at this. This was a green candle. Then there was this candle, which signifies buying pressure. And now this was another strong green candle. Now this was a green candle that signifies selling pressure. Another one that I was now still signifying selling pressure. And I hope you see a downward movement. A downward movement, right? A downward movement. I hope that is okay with you. Hope you see this. We can still have so many others. Yes, but the buying pressure, this was signifying an important selling pressure. And I hope after you saw it, downward movement, right? Okay. All right, but it is just signifies that there is a selling pressure. It doesn't mean that then all the trend is going to become an upward trend, all right? That is also very, very important, because someone may say, Julius, selling pressure. But after, the market can change. Like, for example, you're able to see this here. I don't want to go into details. You see this here? Then after, I have an upward trend. So it is a significance that there is selling pressure in the market or buying pressure in the market. So someone, you should not use that. It just signifies to you that maybe this is a selling pressure or maybe this is a buying pressure. Are we okay with that topic of why candles have different shapes? I want now to drastically and purely take you through the third part of my session today. And I'm still looking at candle types. If you're enjoying the session, you are learning, I'm a little bit slow. This is not my teaching style, but because I understand how these things look, as many people teach them, they try to make them as complicated as more. If you are enjoying, you are learning, let me get to know in the chat. If you are learning, you're enjoying, let me go get to know in the chat. If you are learning something new, learning is a process. Learning is a process. If you are learning, let me get to know before I am able to get into my next sharing. I will not finish everything today. I'll complete my topic on Saturday this week because I will still be able to focus on this as a skill. I want now, ladies and gentlemen, to go to a second type of candles. A second type of candles. And these are what we call hacking ash candles. Now, what are hacking ash candles? Hacking ash candles, the other name we call them the Japanese candles. Now, these Japanese candles were developed to show you the continuity of a market trend. For example, if you thought that the market was going down, the hacking ash candles have power to keep showing you green candles unless the market is falling down by 50%. The hacking ash candles will continue to show you red candles as long as the market is not going up by 50%. So let me try to share my screen and basically be able to discuss this. For example, we are still focusing on the phantom. If we are using the ordinary candles, all of us can be able to see that this was an upward trend and this is a downward trend. The market is going up that side, the market is coming down this side. So let us try to tap on here and change our type to hacking ash candles. Good. Okay. Now these are what we call hacking ash candles. Okay, these are what we call hacking ash candles. These are what we call hacking ash candles. What you see on the screen are what we call hacking ash candles. What are hacking ash candles? Hacking ash candles, ladies and gentlemen, have a powerful ability to maintain the trend of the market. These candles have a powerful ability to maintain the trend of the market. Without changing. They have the ability to maintain the trend of the market without changing the candles, all right? And that is very, very important. Okay, now, the hacking ash candles to confirm to you an uptrend, the hacking ash candles to confirm to you that this could be a good uptrend, they will form a green candle. They will form a green candle that has a wick at the bottom and the wick at the top, and then after form a green candle that is flat at the bottom with a wick at the top. The hacking ash candles, to confirm to you that they are gonna form, this is gonna be an upward trend, or to give you an entry in the market, they usually form a green candle that has a wick at the bottom and a wick at the top, and thereafter form a green candle that has no wick at the bottom and no wick at the top. Sorry, with a wick at the top. The hacking ash candles, also to confirm to you that this is gonna change to downward trend, they will always form a red candle that has a wick at the top with a wick at the bottom, and thereafter form a red candle that is flat at the bottom with the wick flat at the top with a wick at the bottom. For example, so this will be red candles confirming a downward trend, and this will be green candles confirming an upward trend. So let me get each off and I come back here. For example, ladies and gentlemen, for example, on my screen here, this forms a green candle and then after forms a red candle. It forms a green candle and thereafter forms a green candle. This confirms that this is gonna be an upward trend. And basically, if you just look at this, this is one day. Imagine this market moved non-stop from here. If we're gonna measure using the price range, which I'll discuss from here, and it was able to make 77% if I would stop here for now. So Hacking-Ash candles help you to maintain an upward trend. And when you look at the downward trend, it also does the same. It also does the same, ladies and gentlemen. You see here, to confirm to you, it formed a red candle that has a wick at the top, wick at the bottom. Thereafter, form a green candle that is flat at the top with a wick at the bottom. And you see from here, it moved down. If I could measure using the price range, from here where it showed you the signal of a downward trend, it was able to get down 21%. So the Hacking-Ash candles help you to maintain the trend in the market, because if we are using ordinary candles, you would have got out of this trade long time. Why? Let me show you. Let me show you chart type, ordinary candles. You see, you could be getting in and getting out, but these ones, they would help you maintain the trend of the market. Point to note, Hacking-Ash candles will never give you the current price of the market. Never use Hacking-Ash candles to trade, but always use them maybe to help you stay in the market. How far are we so far? I hope we are good to go. I hope we are good to go. Now, I want now to go to trend lines. I want us to go to trend lines. Now, before I go to trend lines, allow me be able to talk about what is an uptrend and what is a downward trend. When should we be able to know that the market is on an upward trend? When should we be able to know that a market is on a downward trend? When should we know that the market is on an upward trend? I only have 5 minutes to end this call. I'll basically stop at trend lines, and then on Saturday, I'll be able to continue from there, and I'll basically run into indicators for this evening class, which is different from the morning class that I do. Now, I want to talk about what is an upward trend. What is an upward trend? What is an upward trend? And I'm going to simplify work for you to help you identify and be able to see what an upward trend is and what is a downward trend. And then I'll be able to stop here for now. Because my goal is to make sure that I make things as simple as possible. I'm going to introduce an indicator for you that has the power and the ability to be able to identify for you what a downward trend is and what is an upward trend. All right. So without me taking much more time, allow me share my screen. Allow me share my screen. And let me keep in the Hacking-Ash for learning purposes just. Okay. So we are going to add a first indicator. So how do we add indicators, Julius? Okay, but before I add indicators, but let me use the indicator to simplify your work. So tap on the plus sign, FX indicators. Then we go to technicals, and the name of the indicator is called A, B, C, D, V1. A, B, C, D, V1. That is the name of the indicator. So let's tap on it once and it gets into our screen. Let's tap on it once and it gets into our screen. So this indicator, after you have had it on our screen, we need to set it up by tapping on it. So like it comes here, you touch it directly as it is up here. Touch it directly. When you touch it directly, tap on the setting icon. And when you tap on the setting icon, it will appear like that. Okay. So here, we have the input. So we have the input, show pattern, show HH, and show zigzag. So that is where we needed to be able to understand there. So that is the only thing we change. So after you have ticked those areas, let me repeat them. Show patterns, those three, tick them. Then you come down here, tap on save as default and press OK. And that is how your screen will look like. Now, when we are looking at the market, we have two directions of the market. And the market will always be able to show us whether it is on a downward trend or whether it is on an upward trend. So the market show the downward trend is one of the things that are very, very important. Very, very important. And the downward trend is made up of lower low and lower high. The downward trend is made up of lower low and lower high. And the upward trend let me just move, and the upward trend, for you to see that this trend has now moved from a downward trend to become an upward trend. It is made up of, ladies and gentlemen, higher low and higher high. The downward trend is made up of lower low and lower high, and the upward trend is made up of higher low and higher high. When we see prices moving from the lower low, when we see prices moving from the lower low, let me just widen this area here. When we see prices moving from the lower low, like you'll be able to see here, I hope you see the market moving from the lower low to the lower high. You see, these prices are moving from this lower low to the lower high. Wait to make your entry. When you find the market on a lower low, on a lower high, do not enter the market. People will have to use this as an independent indicator. Never enter the market. When you see the lower low, wait, the lower high, you see, you get into the trade, you see the trade is showing lower high. Wait to make any entry in the market until the market forms the lower low. When you come and look at the screen and find this called this one here, so you find a higher high, don't enter the market from this point. Wait for the market to either form the lower low or to form the higher low. Then you can plan to make your entry. So an upward trend is made up of lower lows and lower highs, and a downward trend is made up of lower lows and what we call lower highs. And an upward trend is made up of higher lows and higher highs. It can be a standalone indicator, ladies and gentlemen, because within it, it is made up of what we call the Fibonacci. Okay, it can be used as a standalone indicator, but I would not advise anyone for the start to use it as a standalone indicator. So it is important for you to keep your trades in the ordinary candles. Like you're able to see, these are ordinary candles. Like I've said that if you find the market showing you a higher high, do not make your entry until you see a lower low. Very important. Unless it forms a higher low and it is a zigzag, right? But in our next trading session, we shall be able to go details about the market. But now, what is the importance of this indicator? The importance of this indicator, let me go to lower time frame. The importance of this indicator helps you to know that this market is on a downward trend. This market is on a downward trend. And once you see that the market is showing you lower lows and lower highs, understand that this market is on a downward trend. Even though it shows you from a lower low like here, it shows you a higher high. Please, unless you start to see a higher low and a higher high, that's when you understand that this market has shifted from being on a downward trend, now it has become an upward trend. But where you see lower lows and lower highs, understand that, ladies and gentlemen, that is a downward trend, unless you see higher lows and higher highs to be able to know that it is an upward trend. Having described that, ladies and gentlemen, I'm already done with my time. I don't want to exceed here. And generally, I also don't want to teach a lot. I want to keep it to a basic understanding. You can still get back to this recording, all right, and be able to still go through this recording one time. So I believe that you should never use the ABCDV1 indicator alone to trade. I basically say there should be 3 specific indicators. And I believe in our next call this Saturday, I'll basically go ahead and unleash to you the remaining 2 indicators, ladies and gentlemen, that we shall be using for this trading strategy. I want to thank you, unless there are questions in the chat that I want to look at. I want to thank you for making it here. And please repeat on the red candle confirms. Okay, repeat on the red candle that confirms an upward. There is no red candle that confirms an upward trend. A red candle confirms a downward trend, is a candle, ladies and gentlemen, that one, it forms a red candle on the Heikanshi candles. It forms a red candle that has a wick at the top with a wick at the bottom. Then it forms a red candle that is flat at the top with a wick at the bottom. It confirms a downward trend. Also, the Heikanshi candles confirm an upward trend, ladies and gentlemen, when they form a green candle that has a wick at the top with a wick at the bottom. Then they form a green candle that is flat at the bottom with a wick at the top. But that doesn't guarantee you making entry in the market. We want to be able to have 3 confirmations. I call them 3 confirmations. So this Saturday, basically, I will go ahead, provide you with 3 indicators that you need to be able to complete the structure that you need to make a perfect entry in the market. Today, I've given you the ABCDV1 that will help you know whether the market is on an upward trend or the market is on a downward trend. When you see lower lows and lower highs, you're able to understand that this market is on a downward trend. And if you're able to see higher lows and higher highs, then you are able to understand that this market is on an upward trend. That said and done, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you so much for making it here. It will be the same time. Tomorrow at this time, it will be a presentation. And on Saturday at the same time, ladies and gentlemen, it will be the 3% 300 days challenge, where we spend some more time and be able to talk about this skill that you can use to create the future you deserve. Thank you so much for joining our call today. I wish you a perfect trade. Our signals are still going on for the next 300 days challenge. I want to thank you for giving in the time and the energy. See you tomorrow in the morning, 7:30 a.m. We are still be handling our trading class, and I believe the future is in your hands. Thank you so much for loving us. Thank you so much for loving the Crypto Ambassadors team, and we promise to deliver all the time so that you become very, very successful, ladies and gentlemen. Our goal, yes, we give the skill, but our goal is to enable you have enough capital so that you can automate your trades and enjoy the Royalq opportunity. I wish you all the best. See you, ladies and gentlemen, till tomorrow. Thank you, everyone. And those that we are supposed to do a Zoom in the next 5 minutes, please let's get on chat and be able to get work done in the next 2 hours. God bless everyone. I want to recommend something very extraordinary. Please don't be lazy about becoming successful as I come to the end. Don't be lazy about becoming successful. Don't be lazy about your future. Don't be lazy about the life you deserve. Don't feel pity about yourself. You know, until I made a decision in my life never to feel pity about myself. Some of you are very lazy because you feel pity about yourself. You feel so sorry about yourself. Forget the past experience. Hold your future with a bold hand and make it a reasonable decision to get out of your comfort zone, to do what you're supposed to do, because what you love, what you want to achieve is in the input you put in every single day, ladies and gentlemen. I believe that if you make a decision to get out of your comfort zone, like my brother, my friend describes it in a very catastrophe way, that there is nothing that happens in the comfort zone. Every good thing happens in an uncomfortable way. Decide to be uncomfortable so that you can be able to have what you want. Because if you don't decide to be uncomfortable, ladies and gentlemen, you will not have the results you want. Decide to do the things that you don't like to do so that you can have the things that others cannot have to live this world in a good way. You'll have a better life. Don't accept to be comfortable with the simple earnings you're making. You are behold to earn more. God bless you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for joining. I would love to drastically just come to the end of the call. Thank you so much. God bless you. I wish you all the best. And I believe everything will be okay. Thank you, everyone, and bye.